So what I'm going to do now, that was a short piece from Love Junkie, like I said, just to remind you, I'm going to shuttle back in time. I love the password up here, Sabrina, is read a bit from when I was in high school. Little town, Alabama, Silicaga, Jim Neighbors' hometown. I'm sure you all know it. We did have some good football. Anyway. This is from an anthology. That's another cool thing to do when you're writing is do short pieces and publish them in anthologies along the way. It's called The Time of My Life. Writers on the heartbreak, hormones, and debauchery of the prom. Can anyone identify? Raise your hand. Nobody? Oh, only one debauched prom goer. Okay. The day of the junior-senior prom started like this. By the way, I'm living with a foster family. Like most. As usual, I got up later than everyone else. Placed directly in the center of the plastic mat with the blurry photo of nearby DeSoto caverns was a thin pink pamphlet. The title, Are Virgins Outdated? A teen sex religious tract. In honors English, emboldened by the coming prom, I raise my hand and tell Mrs. Marvina that I refuse to read an abridged Oliver Twist. Mrs. Marvina narrows her eyes at me, but doesn't seem able to think of anything else to say. The class titters. On this same day, Ms. Marvina will teach us how to think like ladies. Oh yeah. Honors English. She will demonstrate at the front of the room, sinking over and over to the floor beneath her feet. Always cross your legs. Never reveal anything. If you swim correctly, the man you desire will catch you. Remember, men would rather protect a fragile woman than fight an independent one. After English class, Sherry Bazemore, having prayed for me last night, oh, every day I heard this, now tells me that Ms. Marvina confessed sometimes she wants to put Rachel Resnick's head in the window and slam it shut. Unquote. You're going to hell, Sherry Bazemore says under her breath. With your grades, you don't have to go to a junior college, says Miss Merrill Chapton, the guidance counselor. She'll tell me brightly senior year. You can pick Auburn or Alabama, depending on which football team you prefer. This is true. I sit in the guidance office, studying Miss Matchen's carefully applied red lipstick, and wonder why she never married. Anything to delay the moment. I cup my hand under my chin and partly over my mouth, lean my elbow on the small round table piled with ACT tests and college brochures. I'm going to Yale. Isn't that out of state? Miss Matchen manages to look both affronted and mystified. Why would you want to do that? I don't drive straight home from school the day of the junior-senior prom. Instead, I cruise the mile-long strip blast Michael Jackson's Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, which is playing on practically every station, pulling to Sonic Burger for a quick order of onion rings. I'm nervous. I've never been on a real date, let alone a prom. I'm having virginity anxiety. I mean, torrid isn't in the air, it is the air. Sex is on everybody's mind all the time down here. It's downright sultry. That's why Silicaga, population 10,000, has more than 100 churches to keep everyone in line. Lane Rayfield pulls in next to me while I'm waiting for my order in his new Midnight Blue Camaro. He walks up to my car, leans in close on the driver's side. You still a virgin? Dusk has fallen. There's the dull roar of passing cars, a horn blast, and some hollering. Lane's graduated from high school. I know him from the Methodist church. He can't see me blush in the bluish light. Come on out here, he says. Get out of the car, lean against it next to Lane. The metal still hot. Look at me, he says, turning my face to his. For fun, when silicoggins aren't cruising the strip or having sinful sex, playing football, hanging out at church on Saturdays, Sundays, and Wednesday nights, minimum, people go four-wheeling, spotlighting. You go out on a deserted red dirt road, and when you spot a deer, you stop, shine your headlights, and freeze them. It's like a natural history living diorama right there on the road. That's what Lane Rayfield is doing tonight. He's spotlighting me. When I'm fixing to take someone's virginity, hold on. His eyes shine. He holds one hand near my face, looks at it like it's vibrating. I'm feeling it's time. There's a bunch of angels hovering around me right now as we speak. It's a beautiful thing, a glowing thing. Then, just at the right moment, he places his hand, buzzing, on my arm. His fingers are calloused, firm as they press into my skin, tan and warm from lying in the sun this past weekend to get colored for the prom. His fingers seem to fuse with that skin, the warmth spreading. He peers straight into my eyes. Then we take a bath and drink champagne, Rachel, and I always give the girls a red rose, too. Can you hear the angels singing? Lane, I have to go home. I'm going to the prom tonight. I'm gonna call you, he says. I want you to visit my trailer. I've got my own trailer. I take the encounter with Lane Rayfield as a sign that I'm supposed to protect my virginity tonight. I really like Travis Payton. He'd never offer me a dime store discount deflowering. I want him to be my boyfriend. Years later, I will visit the Cross Garden in Prattville, Alabama. I will sense it in the pit of my stomach a mile before I even see it. The late Reverend W.C. Rice spent more than 20 years filling his 11 acres of trailer park land with divine messages. Thousands of homemade crosses, messages of damnation and salvation scrawled on recycled appliances, salvage car parts, scrap wood. I will find myself standing before a junked air conditioning unit with these raggedly painted words: in hell from sex.